Do you think someone needs to be taught how to fill up gas in a car? One time I was filling up gas and it kept clicking multiple times even though the tank wasn't near full. What does that mean? Vapor recovery system is clogged or malfunctioning. Use another pump. A few years ago my girlfriend called me, hysterical. She had a new car and was filling up the gas for the first time. She couldn't figure out how to get access to the gas tank. There was no latch inside the car and the opening was flush with the body of the car. I simply said, push the lid and it popped open. She knows how to pump gas though. All this to say that I don't really think that pumping gas is self-explanatory, but sometimes weird things happen and also a lot of humans are dumb. Show someone once and they should understand. But then again people smoke and leave their car running when pumping gas, so oh. That's crazy. Before I let my kid drive alone they had to show me that they could change a tire, jumpstart the battery, and put in gas. I think filling a car is pretty self-explanatory, and most people will pick it up simply from watching their parents do it. I think the things to teach would be to not bother with higher grade gas than your car calls for, and to not bother topping up. I've seen someone trying to find the gas cap on a Tesla. So yes, some people need basic instruction on a wide range of simple activities. Yes, every part of operating a car should be taught to new drivers. I grew up in New Jersey and therefore never learned how to fill up my own gas. The first time I had to do it around age 23 was a bit nerve-wracking and slow-going, but overall I found it pretty self-explanatory. I will admit though that I still feel a small sense of accomplishment every time I fill my own gas, which I have been doing for nearly 15 years now. I'm from New Jersey, and it's something I am taught every time we take a road trip out of state. Just watching them doing it isn't really enough to know what to do. Lots of people in Oregon were having issues because we've been full service for so long. It was illegal to pump your own gas. Yes and no. Instructions are on the pump. The only thing they'd have to know is how to open it with the lever button, which could be difficult to figure out. Also, they should be taught how to properly fill up and use a jerrycan. Yeah, I think if you were teaching someone to drive, it should be part of the lessons. But I don't know what you are experiencing. Sounds like an issue with the pump. I taught my teen how to fill up the gas, how to add air to tires, and what documents she needs if she is ever pulled over or in an accident. It's why parents often used to give little chores to do. Apart from the helping hand, it's learning how to do that thing. I learned how to pump gas, and I've never had a driver's license. I can also mow a lawn, but I have no lawn (D). It's not super intuitive. You need to know which fuel to get, how to know when the tank is full, etc. You can probably figure it out, but it's easier to be taught. Yes, every kid needs to be taught that, including not to drive up to the store to go in to pay. I made that mistake once. Yes, of course. It's not a difficult thing to do, but it is a skill to be learned. I would pair that with learning to change a tire put on the spare. When my kids were in middle school, I'd have them help me pump gas and pay at the pump. By the time they got their licenses, they didn't have to think it. Consider that in the US, it's illegal in New Jersey to pump your own gas. Last year, Oregon lifted that same law. Whole state full of adults had to learn how to pump for themselves. I find it utterly crazy that you Americans are allowed to operate a vehicle without going through any sort of formal driver's education where you're actually taught these things. If they get the chance, I guess, but it may not come up in the days you were practicing with them, if you did at all. When I was learning it was super basic, the cap screwed off, put in nozzle and fill and it clicks to stop. Go in and pay. Cars since then have weird buttons to pull to pop it open. The pumps have screens or pre-pay machines. Some are drive-through. I had to figure those out. I taught my daughter. I learned by working in a petrol station. I knew how to use a petrol pump before I learnt to drive.